Just make sure you unplug your swamp cooler. The first step is to unscrew the 2 screws on the back. Once those are unscrewed, lift up on this, it'll slide up and you can pull it off. Here's what you'll see when the back cover's off. Just grab this water thing and you're just going to pull it right off. Alright, now we're inside. You need to basically locate these on the right side. These secure it. You're going to unscrew these, come over here and twist this, do it on all of them, and then you'll push these pins back on all of them, and that should release. The pin will pop out on the other side, and I'll show you the next step. Just a quick note on these pins on the outside, you might have to grab a pair of pliers and grip it and then leverage it out, and that'll pop that pin out. Now that we're inside, this thing's free and loose, and you can just pull it out. It might get might drag on this a bit. You can kind of lift this up a tad, but go ahead and just wiggle that out on the back side. And there it is, popped out. Just slid right out, and that gives us access to the pump and the line of wire going up, and that's what we need access to. Next step is grab a razor blade or a small, very small screwdriver tip, and there's 2 little slits right here and here on the front menu. This thing's been sitting out in the sun, so it's kind of burnt out, but you're going to wedge that in there and pop this panel right up. Alright, now that it's popped up, it gives you access to the pump wire, which is going to be on the far left here. What you're going to do is you're going to press this down with your thumb and squeeze the sides and pull, and it'll release that faulty pump that you're trying to replace. And as you can see, it's disconnected now, so now we got to basically go inside the thing. As you'll see in here, the wire runs up. The next step is to pull and snip that tie right there, and then you can pop it out of these little cinches all the way down. And we're going to go down there and do that for every one of those. I'm going to empty this water also, but there's actually a screw right there, and on the other side of this pump it's absolutely filthy, but I will be cleaning that. So unscrew those screws too, and we're going to basically remove the pump, the wiring, just take it all out. Alright, I got the pump almost out here. Just a quick note, this thing twists off, so don't worry about pulling the hose off here. Make sure you just, this bottom section right here, twist it out and that'll release it. And the water's all mucky, I'll be spraying that out in the next step. So just make sure you get a hose, really rinse out that gunk, and we'll go to the next step after that. Alright, get your replacement pump. As you can see, it's all cleared out there, and it has the little grooves here to place that down. So we're going to place that in the position right there, and we're going to take this wire. Remember, we disconnected that. We're gonna pull it up the side here and feed it right through that hole. Oh, make sure you twist this on first. So put that on there, spin it, spin the green thing around it so it's threaded on there. As you can see, I fed that through, so just click that in and then put the cover back on. Okay, as you can see, I have screwed the pump on. It kind of sections as well on the bottom. I have this zip tie. Don't over zip tie it. You don't want to squeeze that hose off, but just nice and snug. Keep that bottom wire excess wrapped up there. And as you can see, I fit it through each of the existing things. So we are good to go. Now the next step is putting back the old filter here on the side, and then putting the back on. So we'll do that next. Just like before, take the little things that you pulled out and put them in the hole here. Push it through. It'll go through that old filter piece. I can see it, but yeah, push that through. It'll pop up on the other end, and put all those caps on. And there it is with the caps back on. Now go ahead and plug it back in. We're going to do a quick test before we put the back piece on. Grab your hose, fill it up, basically to where it's covering the pump. It's already plugged in right now, so I'll show you if it's working or not next step. Alright, we got water in there. Go ahead and flip the pump switch on. And we have a working pump. So put the cover back on, put the 2 screws back in, and you are done. Enjoy.